Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. He'll return it from the 6.
Keep playing hard. Yes, sir. Spotlight, baby. That's it. Miami! We own them. We own them.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 30, the 20.
Let's get
10,
that swagger, y'all. Let's get that
Titans. Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
56. Hey, tight. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier, brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Allen to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? From the shotgun, Wilson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now.
Makes the score Titans 9, Steelers 7.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over first and 10.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 17 at the 35-yard line.
Finding some room at midfield. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That'll be a gain of 16. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Here's Allen on first and 10. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
Through one quarter, 9-7 our score.
Steelers 7.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming fourth down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the draw, here's Sanders. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Titans 19, Steelers 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Oh, bad Seattle memories on that sequence. Russell Wilson intercepted again by Malcolm Butler.
And let's face it, when we went into this game, were we not wondering, could that happen again? Would we have to talk about this? Would Malcolm Butler be able to pull it off? And he did.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got some space here. And he's got this down to the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Allen. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
32-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's complete to Davis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Titans 19, Steelers 14.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Open man is Samuel, complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Allen. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Go, go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Robert Tonyan. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
56, Mike, 56.
We'll give it off here to the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Drew Sample, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Titans 26, Steelers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 29, Wilson. He'll let it go deep. Oh, wide open, complete.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Odell Beckham. his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
Oh, going for Jefferson down.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down, Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Robert Tonyan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Yeah, let's go sandwich. Mike, 55. Right there, 55. I got it.
Play action. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
And to put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Allen now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Allen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by John Johnson. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. After the interception, here's Wilson. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Miles Sanders with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields this way up at the 17. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. This offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's
now a carry from Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 23. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Allen flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Hopkins' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Play action. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At their own 33.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Quandre Diggs on the tackle.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to give a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. From midfield, here's Allen. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Allen to throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
To throw is Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Out of the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, I know it points to this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Tennessee, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.